funny story. So the first time I tried filming this video, I was filming with no necklace or no bracelets on. I just lost my head somewhere, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. It's Gucci. Cue that intro. Period. Hey y'all, it's Brooklyn and I'm back once again with another YouTube video. As you guys can tell from the title, I'm going to be giving y'all part 5 of my unpopular opinions. I already have some unpopular opinions up for you guys, so feel free to check those out at your leisure. Please and thank you. I guess I should make this disclaimer. I don't know. I don't usually make disclaimers in these type of videos, but my opinion is my opinion, and you may agree, you may not agree, but it's okay. It's all love over here. Everything cool, everything cool. Before I go any further, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like and comment, and also turn on those post notifications so that way you guys will not miss out on any uploads. So without further ado, let's get on started. Hey, get on started. Hey. Bad Hair Day was the last good decomp that Disney Channel ever made. I know a lot of people said that movie was okay, Kingston, please and thank you. I know a lot of people said that movie was trash, but I actually liked that movie. It was actually pretty good. Amy was in it. Anything she's in is gonna be bomb. I remember they made like those little like Bad Hair Day for 5 minutes or something. I remember seeing that and people were just dragging it and I'm just like, that movie was so good. What are you talking about? After that movie came out, that's when I kind of stopped watching Disney Channel because it just wasn't the same. New Disney in the trash. But you know what? That's another discussion. Yeah. I know I'm gonna ruffle a few feathers with this one, but I'm gonna just come out and say it. Fresh Prince is better than Martin. Ooh. Before y'all flame me in the comments, just hear me out. I have seen both shows, and first of all, I watched Fresh Prince as a little kid because my mom would watch it all the time when me and my sister were little, just watching the theme song, and then my mom, like, I would know, like, oh, that's Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I watched that show way more than Martin, but it's like, Fresh Prince, I can legit sit and watch that show all day and not get tired. I love that show so much. But with Martin, I just get a weird vibe from that show. Even though that show is geared more towards young adults, I just never got into Martin. When I tell y'all, I could sit and watch Fresh Prince for hours straight. I could binge watch that show. I know people are gonna be mad, but guess what? My opinion. That's my opinion! That show is golden. Forever golden, and it will always be golden. Oh my gosh, y'all are gonna be so mad at me for this one. Polynesian sauce? Is it all that good? I'm so sorry, and I know people are gonna be like, Brooklyn, what? When it comes to condiments, I'm more of a savory person. Polynesian sauce is way too sweet. It's like, it needs to be a little more savory and a little less sweet. I'll legit pick ketchup over Polynesian sauce, and I know people are going to get so mad at me. If I'm eating Chick-fil-A's nuggets, I'm gonna want something savory on that. Ketchup is way more tangy, more savory. I tried Polynesian sauce once and I legit said never again. Yeah. The Polar Express has a plot, and I know and I only say this because I saw a TikTok back in November when No Nuance November was a trend, and this girl had said the Polar Express has no plot, and I was like, wait a minute now. Polar Express is one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies, believe it or not, and I know people be hating on that movie knowing dang well you be watching it every December. So stop fronting, bro. It has a plot. He wakes up, he sees his sister, and he's what? His sister woke up and was like, oh, Santa is real. And their parents didn't believe in Santa Claus. And so he was basically trying to figure out whether or not Santa Claus was real. So he goes on the train and meets the black girl with the braids, with the twist, with the braids, you know, and the boy who knows everything. And basically, they go on an adventure to the North Pole, and the conductor is like, listen, you gonna go on the train or not? Like, bro, stop playing. And then the boy was like, you know what? I ain't gonna go. And then at the last minute, he decided to go. So then he gets on the train, and they sing Hot Chocolate, hot, hot. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, that song. song. And then after that, he meets a ghost, and he's basically saying like, oh, is Santa real? Like, that's when he, like, basically he didn't believe in Santa either. They end up going to the North Pole. They get to the North Pole finally after the train just gets like wrecked and stuff. They go to the North Pole and they meet the elves and stuff because they went in that little shoot thing, and you could go to see the presents. Like, they were looking at the presents. They met Santa Claus and the elves and stuff, and then one of the reindeer's bell fell off. The boy picked it up, and the thing was, like, if you believe in Santa, then you could hear the bell jingle, but if you couldn't hear, that means you didn't believe. So basically, he took the bell and he was like, I believe. Jingled the bell, and then it jangled. And then he came home. Turns out he had a hole in his pocket and the bell fell out. And then on Christmas Day, Santa gave him the bell as a present and said, you gotta be careful because your pocket has a hole in it and you gotta be careful. Then his parents, at the end, his parents tried jingling the bell and they couldn't hear it. So it has a plot. Get out of here. I know this is very controversial, right? But ketchup goes in the fridge. Ketchup goes in the fridge. I'm sorry. Like, it hits better when it's cold. Now, honestly, in my personal opinion, I really don't mind if it's warm or if it's cold, but it just hits differently when the ketchup just got out the fridge. Hey, glory to God. It just be hitting differently. Look, I'm not bougie. I'm not gonna say,
oh, the ketchup ain't cold, so I ain't gonna eat it.
I really don't care if it's warm or cold, but it just be hitting way better when it's cold. Yeah, honestly, this opinion is not popular, but I just had to include it, okay? Just because a black girl decides to wear a wig for one day does not mean she struggles with her identity. No shade, but I find most guys saying this. I'm not trying to, you know, stir the water, you know? But, like, if we're being honest, it's always guys who are like,
she wear a wig, that means she don't appreciate her natural hair.
Me personally, I think wigs are mad convenient. And wigs are just a good alternative. Like, probably when I get older, I'm gonna wear a wig at least once or twice. Like, you gonna catch me with a wig sometime, you know? Just because a woman or a girl decides to wear a wig, it doesn't mean that she's insecure about her natural hair. Even though sometimes that can be the case, you can't automatically assume that a girl doesn't like her natural hair. Do you know how many girls have natural, beautiful hair who just want to wear a wig? Like, it's okay to switch it up. If we're being honest, natural hair is really hard to manage sometimes. Like, you gotta keep buying products after products, and it's like, most products you get are trial and error, so you gotta be like, okay, this don't work, I gotta take it back, or you just keep it and let all the products pile. You know what I mean? Just throwing a wig on and just leaving. Sometimes that's just a better alternative. McDonald's isn't nasty. At this point, can we just stop acting like it's nasty? Because it really isn't.
Knowing dang well you be going to McDonald's, getting a large fry and a caramel frappuccino.
I saw this TikTok one time. It was back in 2020. It was like, it's 2020. Can we please stop saying we don't like McDonald's to be different? People just be like, oh my gosh, it's so gross, and oh my gosh, like, oh. Like, it's not even that nasty, bro. Now, if you genuinely don't like McDonald's, then that's one thing. I'm not knocking you for that. Everyone has their own preference, their opinion, whatever. But if you're just saying it just to hate and just to jump on the bandwagon, please have several seats, bro. It's okay. It's all right. You're not in trouble, sis. Like, you know good and well you be going to McDonald's. Birkin bags should not cost that much, judging by the way they look, bro. I don't even know how this whole hype with Birkin bags got started, but it's really not that deep. Why should I be paying trillions and jajillions of dollars for a small little bag? I could go to Walmart. Walmart be selling identical bags in that. They just slapped Birkin on it and called it a day and sold it for trillions of money. I just never understood the hype with Birkin bags. I could literally take a Walmart purse, same size and everything, slap Birkin on it, and just walk around acting like I got a Birkin bag. Like,
oh yeah, girl. Hey, how you doing? Yes, you see my new Birkin bag? Yes.
Nani from Lilo and Stitch should be a Disney princess, and let me explain why. I just feel like she's one of the most underrated Disney characters, period. Because, like, she had to take care of Lilo all by herself, because I think her parents died in a car accident, I believe. And so Nani had to take care of Lilo all by herself. And, like, she was basically a whole sister and a mother combined. So, like, she was a really strong woman. The fact that David was really trying to help them out. He was trying to shoot his shot so many times, and she was like, no, I'm busy, sorry, I really have a lot on my plate. Like, he was kind of just real patient with it, and I loved him so much for that. And they were a cute couple, they really were. Once Upon a Forest is so underrated. Oh my gosh, my aunt was the first one to introduce me to that movie. So Aunt Lisa, if you're watching this, thank you. First of all, it's low-key sad. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's low-key sad. But it's with the little animals. And I remember in the movie, there was like, they were pretending to have church. Like, it was this like eagle or something, this bird. And they were all having church. And I remember they sang a song that was like, he's back, all down about it. He's back, I'm gonna shout it. He's back, he's back, no doubt about it. He's back, I'm gonna shout it. And it was like, back. I remember that was like my favorite part of the whole movie. And that movie is underrated. Sad, but underrated. Plantain smells disgusting. Mom, if you're watching this, I'm really sorry, but it smells so gross. Like, I remember I had to do dishes one day and my mom decided to make plantain right before, and the whole kitchen smelled like it. I legit had to put a mask on to wash dishes. That's how nasty it smelled. My mom and dad love the smell of plantain. I'm just like, how can y'all just sit there and absorb those fumes? And oh, no. Okay, I know y'all are probably gonna disagree, but Krispy Kreme is low-key better than Dunkin'. Now, me personally, I'm not an avid donut eater. I'm not an avid coffee drinker. If I'm really in the mood for a donut, my first instinct would be to go to Krispy Kreme. You know what I mean? Dunkin' Donuts, their donuts are high-key dry. I used to always get old-fashioned cake donuts from Dunkin', and they would be so dry, and I'm just like, I'll be eating it, I'm just like, after a while, it just got unbearable. At first, I used to be able to handle it, but then I was just like, it's a no for me. Krispy Kreme, although their donuts are good, sometimes they can be way too sweet. Like, I remember one time I got, I think, a cake batter donut. Frosting, it had like yellow or blue frosting. No, it was yellow frosting with blue sprinkles, I think. And I went in to take a bite and it had cake batter filling. That jank was so sweet, and I was like, oh my gosh, just a mouthful of sugar when I bit into it. Mind you, it had glaze on top of that. Yeah, you already knew how that was. And I was like, Mom, I'm sorry, I can't, because that's like, it was so sweet. Now, if you have a sweet tooth, then maybe that's for you, but for me, it was way too much. Krispy Kreme's iced lattes though, their caramel iced lattes are bomb. And Dunkin' Donuts vanilla lattes, 10 out of 10, highly recommend. But when it comes to their donuts, I would rather go to Krispy Kreme. But if I'm going to Dunkin' Donuts just to get a vanilla iced latte, that's where I'm gonna go. I think that Jennifer Lopez did an amazing job in the Selena movie. I think that she did such a good job portraying her. I remember people were giving her crap because Selena was a Mexican-American woman. However, Jennifer Lopez was from Puerto Rico.
So I actually meant to say that she was Puerto Rican. She's not actually from Puerto Rico. She's from New York. But I should have just said she's Puerto Rican. I didn't mean to say she was from Puerto Rico. Yeah.
So people kind of had an issue with that until they watched the movie. They took everything back. They were like, oh my gosh, this was so amazing. And I think that she did such a good job. And then you had people saying, oh my gosh, Jennifer Lopez can't even sing. And if it wasn't for the Selena movie, she wouldn't even be famous. First of all, Jennifer Lopez can sing. And what a lot of people don't realize is they used Selena's real vocals in the movie. So she didn't sing, she lip sang. Second of all, Jennifer Lopez was also on, I think she was on In Living Color. So she was kind of starting to get out there, and then she started putting out music, and then she started acting more. So although Selena did kind of skyrocket her career, I feel like to say that she wouldn't be famous had it not been for that movie, I think that's a bit of a stretch. That's just my opinion though. I know this is also controversial, right? But I'ma say it anyway. The best Minute Maid flavor is berry punch. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Y'all can argue in the comments. Y'all can come from my throat. I said what I said. Homestyle vanilla ice cream is way better than vanilla bean ice cream. Before y'all say, oh my gosh, Brooklyn, what's the difference? There is a difference. Homestyle vanilla is way creamier and like that churned butter, like it just, not literal, it doesn't taste like butter, but it tastes like churned ice cream and it's just so good and it's creamy and like, yes. But with vanilla bean, it legit tastes like milk in a bowl. Iced milk in a bowl. Vanilla bean tastes more bland, and homestyle vanilla, you can really taste the vanilla, you know? It's more churned and it's more like creamy and it's just like, it's just so good. It's so good. Honestly, I don't really know if this is considered popular, but just because you can't do riffs and runs while you sing doesn't mean that you can't sing. And now, me coming from a singer who can do riffs and runs, I'm not saying that I'm a better singer than you because I can do riffs and runs. You know how many good singers there are in the world that can't do runs? And I just feel like nowadays people are so focused on riffs and runs, like how fast you can do a run or whatever. But I feel like it's all about the substance and it's all about your voice and how you use your voice. Do you know how many people can give you chills without doing a riff or a run? Your voice has to speak to people. Don't sing just to show off. You should sing because you love doing it. I feel like people use dark humor as an excuse to get away with saying pretty off the wall stuff. I just could never understand why people would make jokes about like depression and stuff like that. Like, I know people have different ways of coping and whatever, but people legit sometimes take really off the wall stuff and make jokes about it and then paint over it dark humor. You know what I mean? At this point, I just feel like people just use that as an excuse to get away with saying it, because if you put dark humor over it, everyone's gonna be like, oh, haha, so funny. I honestly feel like young people shouldn't downplay relationships. Me and my sister used to have so many conversations about this, but I think the main reason why young people are so opposed to love is because 9 times out of 10, they haven't experienced what real love is like what a real relationship is like. And that's why you have so many young people who are like, I don't believe in love isn't real, all this stuff. Like, if somebody cheat on somebody, I don't believe in love anymore, da 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 da. And I'm just like, first of all, what we need to do is stop putting couples on a pedestal and looking at them like they're the standard of relationships. You gotta live some. Like, I just don't get why young people think like they just gotta rush and rush and rush and rush. Like, if you get in a relationship and if it, you know, it's strong, it works out, that's one thing. But I just feel like you really just gotta live a little bit to really find out what a real relationship is like. I feel like people low-key made it a bad thing to go to college. For me personally, I'm planning on going to college. I'm planning on going further into the performing arts field because I love singing, I love dancing, and I want to get more into acting. But I just feel like people made it a bad thing to go to college. People who don't want to go to college shouldn't shame people who do. And people who do want to go to college shouldn't shame people who don't. I do agree wholeheartedly that college is not for everybody. If you don't want to go to college, you don't want to go to college. And I respect your decision. Everyone has their reason. Mariah Carey can still sing. I remember when everybody was making fun of her at I think the New Year's Eve thing. And yes, it was bad. It wasn't her best performance. Like, she can still sing. Yes, she may not be able to sing as well as she used to back then. Like, 90s debut Mariah Carey? Yeah, she may not be able to sing as well as she used to, but she can still sing. People think that she can't sing today. And I'm like,
I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon?
sis can still sing. Mariah, do you, boo. Not all Christians are judgmental. And I know that this topic is very controversial, but I love everybody. Everybody is welcome on this channel. Everybody's welcome. I love each and every one of you guys. It's really unfortunate that Christians nowadays have a bad rep because people who don't believe in Christ may have had negative experiences being in church, or they've had negative encounters with believers. And if you've had negative experiences with the church, or if you've had negative encounters with believers, I'm really sorry that happened, and just know that as Christians, we are called to love people no matter if they believe or not, and God has the final say. The Bible says that if we don't love other people, how can we love God? Just know that I love everybody and everybody's welcome here. It's our main goal is to love and to bring people to Christ. If Disney were to make a live action Hercules, I really think that the muses should be Fantasia, Shalea Frazier, Kiera Sheard, or Jasmine Sullivan. Either one of those are fine. Anika Noni Ross and Jennifer Hudson. Just hear me out. That would be amazing. Oh my gosh. First of all of them can sing. All of them are so talented, and I really feel like that would be the complete, like that would make the whole movie complete if those singers were cast as the muses. Like I would be just sitting there with my mouth open, just my jaw dropped the whole time. I'm so serious. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also follow me on my socials, which are up here and down below as usual. Please stay warm and please stay safe. God bless you guys. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.